Hey family, this is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. You know, I have been watching quite a bit of us African Americans going over to Africa and sharing their ideas and their opinions and their views about Africa. And everybody has their own perception, and everybody has their own dreams, their goals, their aspirations. And I love it. I love it because we are energetic. We now have become motivated to be able to venture out into a continent that we actually stem from. And many are very motivated in sharing their lifestyle or their so-called business dreams or their goals that they're doing. And nobody can argue against that. There's a couple of things that I have had concerns with when it comes to our people being reintroduced to Africa. And that is, why is it that we have a mentality leaving America that we have to go to Africa to build it? You see, Africa's been around for tens of hundreds of thousands of years. The Africans have been on that continent and have done their life, their business, without anybody's assistance or help. Now, I get it when we talk about, hey, can we build to where we can make things better? But then on the other side of it, we have to seriously think, what is better? I think this idea of when we coming from one place in the world, stepping into somebody else's place, that we can help and assist and we can elevate them to the next level, which we may not consider could be very detrimental. I'm gonna say this right here. Africa is not necessarily a place we need to go build. Africa is a place that will build us. You see, from what all we've been through here in America, we are a broken, torn down, disturbed, psychological issues, wounds that have been carried on for years, self-destructive, lost our family, lost the culture of family, drugs, murdering, in a mentality of thinking that one is better than another. We've lost it. Spirituality, a sense of being. And when I go to Africa and I sit to break bread, I'm always taught, I'm shown what love is. Everybody, if you think about this, everybody that's done videos that go to Africa and they say, how are the people? Oh, they're beautiful, they're nice, they're lovely, they're genuine, they're helping, they're just unbelievable people. Yo, that used to be us. We've lost our way. We have lost a whole mindset of who we used to be. This is the message I've been trying to share. That's why it's so important for me to motivate brothers and sisters to go back. Black here, but back there. If we don't go black to go back, what we're going to do is we're going to go disrupt a whole continent and create enemies rather than families. We have to understand that, yes, we are eager and we know things differently than what they might know in certain countries. But we need to sit down at the foot of our brothers and sisters and learn their way of life, because we have a lot to be taught. You see, Africa, she has thousands of tribes. She has thousands of languages, thousands of cultures. different mentalities of how to live life. You see, coming from this European Caucasian world, it's all about capitalistic living. It's all about me and I. It's about having a disregard for another. Isn't that true? That we are anxious to get our kids out of the house, send them off to college into a crazy world. And then all of a sudden the world just beats them up. And then they become more confused. They become mentally disturbed. And then we have this issue of what sexuality, perversiveness is, losing our families, our marriages. You see, we can go to Africa and allow Africa to bring us back in balance. We don't need to be such in a rush to go ahead and try to get businesses going and all that right there. We need to sit at the footstool of the Africans and be taught. We need to go ahead and regain the sense of who we were. You know, when I'm hearing my brothers and sisters talk about bringing all these ideas into Africa, you know, you can find a country that is that for you. But then those who are wanting to go in to areas where it's like not so developed, you got to keep in mind that all the technology, all the resources that you're talking about coming and building up a country can actually do harm. You see, I love my people over in Gambia, and they all, each one of them, have great visions. But then when you watch them, you're going to see that some of the way that they think can be very disturbing to the locals. Let me give you an example. See, we can bring all the machinery and all that there, try to go ahead and bring in, you know, the sewer systems and water systems and drainage, and that is definitely possible. But what you got to keep in mind too, is the city or the country capable of even bringing in such work if they have, do they have the finances or not? But besides that, you're going to find how many people are you going to put out of work? Because like the Bag family, who's buying the weed eaters and the lawnmowers and all that right there, see, it takes a crew. See, you got 3 lawnmowers, it takes 10 men to do that. But because of the lawnmowers, it only takes 3. If you bring in the big machinery, like you want to bring the tractors down and you know, clear out your land, you done put 15 people out of work. If you want to go ahead and, you know, bring in, you know, concrete machines and all these things to go ahead and be more, make it more convenient for yourself, make it more efficient for yourself, you got to keep in mind, you're going to be putting people out of work. In a small country like Gambia, they're like a small country town here in America. What is wrong with being a country person who wants to be laid back in life, who don't aspire to be trying to make all the money in the world? They got their house to live in, they got their minimum wage job, and they're satisfied. They don't need all the fancy things. They don't need all the shiny, glimmering golds. They're content. Who said that you have to build a country with skyscrapers and become a hustle and bustle? Because we even know here in America that most Africans don't even know, we struggle with homelessness in America. We struggle with a lot of starvation in America. We struggle with a lot of unemployment in America. We struggle with a whole lot of issues that when I'm in the countries of Africa, I just don't see to the degree what is here in America. See, we can always believe that old lie and the narrative that the Europeans is telling, that Africa is suffering and all that right there. But you people who are going to Africa, Don't settle on one country. Go visit another country. Because what you're going to do is generalize the whole continent of Africa. Gambia is its own beautiful flavor. The rich culture Africa has. The rich tribes that they have. We need to sit down and learn. We need to sit down, be quiet, listen, and grow. Because all the things you're going to do is what the Western Europeans have done. Scoot them out the way, and then you become the dominatory force. And then all of a sudden, you're going to be browbeating your own brothers and sisters, like some people here in America do, and say, look at them. They need to go ahead and strap up their boots, and they need to go ahead and get with the game. They just got left behind. See, that's a selfish way of thinking. And that's how we are here in America, selfish. My hat's off to one of my subscribers who said that she had cried. I mean, she or he, I think it was an African, I can't remember. Because I had mentioned that I'm not going to Africa to build Africa. I'm going so Africa can build me. That's the truth, y'all. I am going to, yes, to have my little businesses, not the businesses to try to gain money and wealth, but to build an apartment building so that I can have way for people to live in. The diasporans who want to come over to and maybe take advantage of an apartment building that it will defray the cost of living in some of the expensive hotels. Even having the locals even stay in at a cheaper cost. It's about the unity. I'm not trying to go get rich. I'm not trying to build any place up. You got many countries in Africa that are building, and sky rises and skyscrapers and all those things there. Got the hustle and bustle, the 9 to 5 will wear you out, and y'all know what we came out of. This Babylon here in America, it has run many people crazy. You know, the saying that people are even saying, well, if Africa's so great, why is Africans coming here? And I've talked to a couple of Africans here yesterday. You know, most are coming here because of the opportunity to make more money, so they can send the money back, or they can save enough to go back home and build their house. Now that would be nice, that the country they live in, or the city or town, wherever they live in, that there could be jobs for them to do it themselves without leaving the country. But it's not that way. And yes, you can bring development in, but development costs you. You know, I laugh at these missionaries who go into Africa and they try to make change. You know, they make wells and everything, you know, water wells in certain countries. And then they go and they leave. And the well, it lasts for a while, you know, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And all of a sudden a part breaks. Or it grows old. And now all of a sudden, nobody has the part. Nobody can maintenance it. What do you do now? Because all the while that the people were going to the river or the water source, walking with the big old buckets on their heads, and walking the mile, 2 miles back for their village. But now, because they had a change of life, that made it convenient for them to have water in their well, was great. But what happened after those 10 years? What happened was it broke, or the water ran out, and now the women who were carrying had the muscle structure of their heads and their bodies and the balance, and even to teach their daughters, is gone. See, that's what development does, and we know that in America, because there's one development here today. It will fizzle away, and it would become dilapidated, and they go else somewhere else to go build something new. But while over here, these people, when the jobs uprooted and left, these people now are sitting around struggling because they forgot how to do their own farming. They forgot how to go ahead and take care of their own selves. They forgot how to make use of their own might and willpower because it became dependent upon a system. This is the trouble that development can bring in. And if anybody knows that, America knows that. Because we got a whole lot of ghettos, a whole lot of poverty in America. More poverty than middle income people or higher income people. They just don't show people that on the TV. It's all glitter and glam. And so I want to reach out to the diasporans, even those who are from Africa but live abroad, who's wanting to go back. Don't come with the mentality of trying to bring something before you are taught something. We need to embrace our brothers and sisters. We need to be able to come with love and sit down and learn. Be the watcher. Be the listener. Because if you go there without any expectation of trying to start something and learn, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to bring you to tears. And it did me several times. So we need to appreciate how Africa is. There's nothing wrong with a helping hand if needed. But always remember, a helping hand can always cripple a man. You know, I was on one tour there in Ghana, and everybody was just so amazed that, oh my gosh, the people are there, they're poor. Oh, let me give them money. You know, or we're in a restaurant and they're asking people, how much do you get paid? Oh, that's all you make a month. Oh my God, in America, we make this and that. How shameful to make somebody feel like what their life is nothing. Because what are you doing? You give them a $10 tip and then you leave and they're still in the same place that they are? Did you even help them? And then what gets me too sometimes is everybody goes out shopping to the market and everything, and they're telling everybody, oh, it's so cheap. This is really cheap, you know, and they're not trying to barter. Oh, I don't care. I'll give them the money, this and that. But then when you go back 3 years later and you're like, wow, the place got so expensive. Oh, yeah, it's because of your ideas that you want to bring in. And now you're the first one to argue how expensive the place is. Isn't that true? That's just how we are. We want to go in and fix something, then complain later. So I'm going to sit here and say this right here to my family. We need to wake up, y'all. We do not need to go to Africa with this Western mentality to try to change Africa. We need to go to Africa and allow Africa to change us. We need to go through that cleansing, that brainwashing. We need to be able to adapt to the way of life. Because a rich history that Africa has, you're going to find we are sun people who are a land people. And Africa has done fine all these thousands of years without anybody's help. Africa ain't never reached out over here to African Americans or the diasporans abroad and said, come over and help us. That's our mentality, thinking that. Doesn't that make us just as guilty as the Europeans that go over there? Thinking they're going to go ahead and bring jobs, but yet at the end of the day, you're still paying them their labor, their wage for the labor. It happens. Every time you go buy something, you're going to go ahead and try to get a good deal on it. Ain't nobody going over there to start a business going to pay somebody $8.25 minimum wage like here in America. Guarantee you. Yeah, you might pay them double what they're making, but they're still making very little in certain countries. So I just want us to rethink this thing. Share this message. Pass on to a friend of this channel. Because I got a surprise for y'all. I got a big announcement that I got coming Monday. So stay tuned and get ready for the big announcement that I'm about to do. Love and peace to all of you all. To those who subscribe to this message. This is your man, not your boy. Bring a little knowledge and wisdom and understanding into your life.